Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
I'm completely devastated. It's been tough on Marla. It's been tough on her family. It's been tough on the friends. It's been tough on our patrons. Our patrons are still like, what is going on? Like, what is the real reason that they're shutting us down?
Why'd you come down to support Outlaws?
Well, because we love Outlaws. I work there. I'm a bartender there, and it's ridiculous how things are going right now, and we just want to support everybody and get the bar back open and enjoy some good times with some good friends and good people.
I'm here to support all Outlaws because bikers support Outlaws. We're customers and we love Marla and the staff, and I think it's time for this to end so we can all get back to our normal lives, and this is ridiculous, and we have our rights and we're going to exercise them here.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News, and I'm here in Calgary in front of the Alberta Gaming and Liquor Commission offices, and I'm with the folks from Outlaws Taphouse, so Carrie Lambert and Marla Fraser, and we first met you guys last week because you were being harassed, being surveilled by Alberta Health Services, and incidentally the gang suppression unit.
Yes. Yeah, because I look so big and I look tough. Yeah.
and all of this because you are not forcing your customers to wear masks, and because you're not forcing your staff to wear masks, and you know you're defying the lockdown in, I guess, an act of civil disobedience, but it's also economic survival, right?
Well, totally. I mean, the reason we're doing this, and AHS and AGLC, and again, we're actually in front of the AGLC building, but AGLC really has nothing to do with AHS. But yeah, they were the ones that came in and suspended our liquor license. And so we've got questions of how can you have a gaming, liquor, and cannabis basically tell us what to do in terms of health. Like that, the two agencies really don't even mix, but yet here we are. Yeah.
Right. So I think we just skipped right into the news of the day. So when I talked to you guys last, you were sort of under surveillance for breaching the public health orders. But since then, another bureaucracy has swooped in to drop the hammer on you, and that's that your liquor license has been suspended. And so you can't really operate because you're a bar, and you want to make sure that you have the liquor license given back to you eventually. And how are the two things, even remotely involved with each other?
We really don't know. All we know is that when you go on the AGLC website now, it actually says something, and I've got the link here, and it basically just says that venues that contravene the direction of the Chief Medical Officer or Health risk immediate suspension of their license, of their AGLC license. That's really where we're at.
So they are using these other bureaucracies to enforce the health orders, even though they're completely unrelated. So basically, if they can't get you with Alberta Health Services, then they're going to bring in AGLC.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. And they know that a bar needs a liquor license. Otherwise, then we're just a restaurant, right? And then where does that go from there? Like, they'll just try and shut us down no matter what.
I talked to Carlos at the Noble Fox in Bashaw, and he said they're sending everybody, occupational health and safety. He's like, who's next? Fisheries and immigration?
Absolutely. Like, every day is a new day. This has certainly not been a walk in the park. I know even when talking with AHS, they when they did come in and issue us that closure, they almost said, well, you guys really, you're serving alcohol and you're serving food, but they have no real idea what it takes to actually run a bar and everything that happens behind the scenes. And so, just scrambling around to do what we're supposed to be able to do on a weekly basis. This is not what I signed up for starting a bar. Like, there's no way. We'd never even thought of this, right? Yeah. So, and Marla, of course, is the woman behind everything, and I know she's a little shy about everything, but maybe say one or two quick little blurbs.
Yeah, because when I met you last time, Marla, you were a lot more chipper than you are today. It's devastating to have your liquor license revoked.
Yeah.
I'm completely devastated.
It's been tough on Marla. It's been tough on her family. It's been tough on the friends. It's been tough on our patrons. Our patrons are still like, what is going on? Like, what is the real reason that they're shutting us down? We have to have a conversation with them, right? We have to have a conversation with the government and see why we can't do certain things. You know, they came up with these rules. You know, the 10 o'clock last call, 11 o'clock close. You can't have live music. Give us actual reasons why you can't, and give us the reasons why, or maybe have a conversation with us and say this is the reason why. But in our defense, we'll say, well, look, we've got all the plexiglass that you want, we've got all the protection that we need. Let us open. And it's
The fact that they're not letting us have employees work that have disabilities is really my biggest fight. These people have medical exempt letters from their doctors, and who am I to tell them they can't come to work?
And they started working even before the mask mandate happened. So we can't really just go up to them in September or whatever and say, sorry, you can't be working here because we can't have you working here. Like, that's just ridiculous.
That's a human rights violation.
Yeah, totally.
So I either deal with AGLC and AHS, or I deal with my employees taking me to court for human rights violations.
Well, and it's not even about your employees taking you to court. I can tell you care deeply about your employees, and they can't work.
Yeah, they're my family. They're not just anybody that I've never met before. I've spent the last, well, some of them, 5 years with. They've worked for me for a long time. This isn't the first time I've been a manager or owned a bar, and it's heartbreaking. Like, I'm literally losing my life due to these mandates that don't make any sense. You know, you can go to 7-Eleven, no problem.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. And so the other side of this is not only the masking, but it's the contact tracing. And the fact that we, as restaurants, are told, you know, you have to take down people's names and addresses, or phone numbers, I should say, names and phone numbers. And yet I question why. I can go into Costco, right? And now, granted, I have to have a membership card, but they don't scan it. I can go in, I can touch all the TVs and everything that I want and walk out of there. And in theory, they have no idea that I'm there. So why do we have to be able to do that in a bar or a restaurant or any other, like in a gym? Now you have to go and you have to sign in again there. And it's like, well, you're just going to the gym. Like, there's no rhyme or reason for a lot of these rules.
So, Marla, what's happening behind us? Because as you said, you didn't sign up to be a political activist and you wanted to be a business owner. What's happening? You guys have created an impromptu protest in front of the AGLC offices today.
Yeah. It's probably the only way I'm going to get my voice heard at this point because, well, I can't go to work. So we are completely shut down, and I don't know. I guess the courts will decide on the rest of my life.
And we're kind of running out of options on how to get this heard. I mean, mainstream media doesn't seem to really care that we know. And even talking with my family and friends, all of a sudden now it's like, Carrie, you've got different viewpoints than we're thinking. And it's like, yeah, because I'm trying to educate myself and see what's happening with masks and you know what's going to happen in the next 3 months. You know, in September there was an RFP for the quarantine camps. Quarantine camps have now turned into quarantine hotels. What's next, right? Yeah. So it is happening, and don't turn a blind eye because it's happening. It's happening here, people.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when you were a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally.
If you believed in quarantine camps, you were a conspiracy theorist until my colleague Cian Bexley ends up in one.
Yeah, I watched all that, and that was just crazy. Like, I can't even believe that is even a thing.
Yeah. Now, Marla, you've been working very closely with Chad Williamson from Williamson Law. He's the lawyer who was also helping Chris Scott of the Whistle Stop. Maybe we'll even see Chris here today. That's all at no cost to you. What is your impression of the work that he's doing for you?
Chad's been amazing. He's a very intelligent man. He's very nice. I actually went to his office a couple days ago and met him. We sat for a couple hours and talked, and he's fighting for my life. So my hands are tied, and he hopefully can get through this and get us some kind of resolution so we can go back to work.
Why'd you come down to support Outlaws?
Because what's happening to these small business owners is not okay. It's not okay at all. But I personally actually know this gentleman, and I used to actually go to this establishment.
People have the right to travel anywhere they want, and we're all grown adults. We should be able to determine what's safe and not safe for our well-being, right?
I came out to support them because I don't agree with the actions that have been taken by the Liquor Commission, the targeting of businesses that are just trying to pay their bills. I just think it's unfair, and we need to stand up and support them.
Marla's a really good friend, and I just don't think it's fair what's going on. I have a small business as well and going through a similar thing, and if we don't fight for our rights, then we're never going to be able to have a proper world like these days.
Why'd you come down to support Outlaws?
Well, because we love Outlaws. I work there. I'm a bartender there, and it's ridiculous how things are going right now, and we just want to support everybody and get the bar back open and enjoy some good times with some good friends and good people.
I'm here to support Outlaws because bikers support Outlaws. We're customers and we love Marla and the staff, and I think it's time for this to end so we can all get back to our normal lives, and this is ridiculous, and we have our rights and we're going to exercise them here.
Came down to support Outlaws because I just don't understand what's going on. I mean, they should be open, they should be allowed to be open, and I don't understand why the liquor board is getting involved. Like why? They should.
What do they have to do with anything?
Well, exactly. Why are they even getting involved? They have nothing to do with anything, and it's just not right. So I haven't even been to Outlaws, but I'm just down here to support them.
This is just wrong. Like, the Alberta Liquor Control Board has no say in any of this. They can't pull people's licenses. They should be open. Everything should just be open, right? Like this.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, like we need to get back to normal, right? It's spring. People want to drink. They want to sit on patios. So everybody that's sitting on the patios now, how come they get to? How come Outlaws can't?
And why are all the Costco's and why are all the Walmarts, why are they all open and they can run free, they can do whatever they want, but a place that wants to survive can't be open, and what do? They blackmail them essentially or extort them by taking away their liquor.
More government overreach is what it is, and they need to be open, and if they can't open with this, I say open it as a protest center and we'll meet there to organize our protests.
It's where we hang out with Marla, support her. It's a good cause. People need to make a living.
Same thing. She needs to make a living. Everybody needs to make a living. This lockdown bull is not helping.
What do you think about the government using all these different agencies to just bring her into line? Yeah.
Scare tactics, fear mongering. Control with fear. Stay home. Everything's going to get you.
Political bullying. It's bullshit. It's not right. It's not Canadian. It's not Canadian.
Everyone deserves the light to make a living, you know.
Everybody has the right to earn a living. If you can't earn a living, what do you do? And the government's not paying her to do nothing anyway, so they're not giving her no money.
Well, I don't think she wants money either. She just wants them to get out of her way.
It's Alberta. We want to work. We're workers. We're not sponges. Yeah. We don't go off the government.
Chris, what are you doing here?
I just came out to support Marla and Outlaws.
Now, they're really dropping the hammer on her. You got threatened with jail. They're yanking her liquor license. What do you think about the government using all these different agencies to bring business owners into line?
Well, I know this is a family show, but I think it's bull.
How are things down at the Whistle Stop lately?
They're pretty good. It slowed down a little bit. The weather was kind of a little bit not the greatest, but we're still going pretty strong.
And you are doing other things, like you're hosting live music, which is breaking the rules, which is fine by me, but it might get you in trouble again.
Yeah, we actually have we got live music tonight, and then I got a drive-in movie to do. So we came to show our support and gonna go say hi to Marla, and then we're gonna head back and just keep on pushing.
It's a little bit of a party here outside of the AGLC offices with the folks from Outlaws Taphouse and their supporters. If you'd like to help us continue to help Outlaws fight the full weight of the government in court, please donate today at fightthefines.com.